guys, it's Denise and this is Exchange Student Diaries number 5. Alright, so something that you're probably going to deal with as an exchange student is homesickness. I remember planning my exchange months ago and thinking, oh, I'm not going to get homesick. I don't think that would happen to me. And now I don't really trust people who don't get homesick because I think it's a really important part of traveling. Some people deal with it at the beginning, some people deal with it at the end, some people it sinks in with them halfway through, and for some people it's a roller coaster of emotions, constantly changing and up and down, and of course for me it was the roller coaster. To be completely honest, the closer I got to the day of departure, I didn't even really want to leave anymore. I really liked my life in Calgary, so leaving became extremely difficult because everything I had and everyone I knew and everything I loved was back home. I bawled at the airport and on the airplane here, and when I got into my room. So a lot. I cried a lot. Even that very day it was a roller coaster. One minute I'd be ecstatic about going somewhere new and talking to strangers about how I was moving to the States for 8 months. And then the next minute I would be crying into my arms over the idea of living in the States for 8 months. If any of you guys have seen Tangled, the part where Rapunzel is really conflicted about leaving her room, that is exactly what it was like for me. Like, exactly. How was I supposed to handle being away from everyone for so long? It honestly felt so impossible. But after just a week of meeting people, it suddenly felt better. And I thought, wow, this isn't that bad at all. And then 3 weeks in, I got robbed and the homesickness kicked in again. But then I met more new people and it got better, and then it got worse, and then it got better, and then it got worse, and then it got better, and then it got worse, and then it got better. So anyways, that's my homesickness story. I am living, breathing proof that it gets better and it's a normal part of traveling. But here are some ways to handle homesickness, or how I handled homesickness. So first things first, talk to someone about it. If you know me, you know that I have to talk to 20 other people about what's going on in my head before I can process exactly what I'm going through. So I reached out to a lot of people back home, especially people who had been through the same thing that I was going through. That helped a lot to kind of validate my emotions. That's definitely the first step you should take if you're feeling homesick. Talk to someone about it. It's totally okay to feel the way you're feeling. Number 2 is do something that you did a lot of back home. I was lucky enough for someone to lend me their guitar, and playing guitar was something I did a lot of back home, so I don't honestly know what I would do without my guitar here. Doing something that was part of your life back home makes it feel like you took a little bit of home with you. But also do new things. You're in a new place. You're starting from scratch. You can be anything and anyone you want to be. So what a perfect opportunity to do things you never thought you would ever try. Number 4 is get excited. I made a lot of travel plans while I was here, and I was in a different state almost every other week. In fact, as you're watching this, I'm going to be in Washington, D.C., which is really exciting. And making these trips really helped. I had, luckily, a lot of American friends to visit in surrounding states. So if you can visit people or just even travel to new places, that definitely helps a lot. And number 5 is remember that home isn't going anywhere. When I was talking to my sister about feeling homesick, she made me realize something really important, and that's that home is going to be there when I get back. Home is going to be there 2 weeks from now, 3 months from now, or a year from now, and it's not going to go anywhere. But this exchange is very finite. There's an expiration on this experience. It would be a waste not to make the most out of it before it's over. Alright, so I don't necessarily think that homesickness is something that you get over, but rather something you just learn to accept as part of growing up. And it's going to be different for different people. So if it feels like it's taking a while, there's no rule for how long it's supposed to take. So if you're on an exchange, don't give up, hang in there, my fellow exchange students, and I will see you next Tuesday. This has been Serendipity. Bye!